Good morning. It's Harvey Jackson. Just going to go through some of the news articles and information that I've seen in the last couple of days. Ukraine is using long-range missiles. It's reported that they did this last night, and news yesterday was that they approved by the U.S. To use them there, and Russia is about to retaliate. And that's actually helped the wheat market rally a little bit as well. So I've got a couple meetings next week. I'll be sending out a text to a lot of the clients, and if you're watching this and you're wanting to attend, just maybe uh, respond to the email in here and call to reserve the spot as well. Same in Mooseman. So there's Mooseman and Steenan. So Mooseman is on Tuesday next week, and Steenan on Wednesday next week. Uh, and just to let you know, here's some iFarm owned by Dean York. Maybe contacting some of you guys about chem needs if you need some for this year. So this article is actually just talking about Brazil and China as they cozy up, and we already know that on the grain side. But it looks like the beef side or the meat side is actually getting cozied up here as well. And here's just a graphic put out by Karen Braun. Just what does that look like, and what share of the exports are already in place here. Um, uh, so the another article that's just talking about the how the managed money is actually changing the bets on corn, and you can see corn has actually reacted positively, and fundamentals have shifted, and funds only move in when the fundamentals are moving in the correct direction. They might be trying to hold out, but the fundamentals kind of rule the roost on a lot of that. You can see here just how that has changed. You can see that you're above the, now you're a positive or long versus short. And you can see that even in the article that Karen has posted here as well, just the similarities to 2020 and how this tightening of supply is actually changed the positions. Winter wheat is improved and a little bit above the trade from last week. And I normally don't talk about this too much, but the thought that winter wheat actually matters at this point in time, it's all about breaking dormancy in the spring. So it might be the last time I talk about this. I don't know. Putin as I said in the beginning, there is issued a warning about nuclear because of the conventional weapons, and some of it is because the captured territory in Russia that Ukraine is taken hold of, and wanting to kind of hold that position for possible talks as we move forward in the January when Trump comes into power. There might be a reason to hold on to that into that time. Palm has gained a bit, and some of that is just, again, when we look at this whole what they're going to use for fuel, and there's even talk about going to B50, which is the inclusion rate of the oil to make biodiesel. So Indonesia and Malaysia is actually using their oils more and more all the time for their own use. CBOT soybeans may retest the resistance at 1013. Here, this article is actually showing that it's going to bounce. And if you back that up, it's actually showing that we could actually go down as well. So I look at the chart kind of holistically, and I like to look at the nearby, but also look at the long-term trend. And neither one of them are really showing really strong moves up. Like this is going to maybe get a move up into this area. Is it going to retest all the way back up to there? It's possible, but when you look at the broader trend, you can probably draw a line on there, and it looks like there's still a fairly strong position for it to go down. We'll get into the oil seeds. This is just the orange is actually this year, and then last year and the year before canola monthly exports. We don't have the data here, but we're already better than last year already, or right at it, and we're only halfway through the month as far as the data. It's not on this chart, but the trend is suggesting that we can be up in that area again. So, but you can see even since May, canola has actually had a pretty good export program, just minus the July month where it didn't meet the same levels or higher than last year. Here's just your pace for the month. And like I said, it was right at the same value. But if you were to extrapolate this out, you're probably, if we can maintain being above last year's pace, we will end up with some strong exports, which is a problem for people that are needing to buy it. But I think the market has to ration that demand at some point. Just looking at some of the retracement values, so 644 is a measure for wave analysis. So if we see it here on the chart, so right at the 50%, and we've got some support down here that we need to break out, and it still looks pretty positive that this could actually happen. Here's your March, and this is the suggestion by Producer Profit, just to have a look at it if we're going to get into a long position. So there's a buy put in here to take profit going up to that level up there. Any questions, give me a call. Rapeseed, you can see that there's a pretty strong move up, a lot of green in that chart, and still continue to move up. And if you look at this as a rapeseed in Canadian dollars minus canola, and it is making some more highs at $165 per metric ton. What does this look like for soybean oil in this channel, but at the bottom end of the channel, above the moving averages, but need to probably beat this value over here to say that we're going to go much higher. So we'll have to wait and see if that's going to come about. Here's your palm oil. I put in the number of 5,000 ringgits. You can see what does that relate to in past history as well. So just at the late 2021, we were at those values and higher, but I'm not by any means suggesting higher, but we've actually put this run on there. This obviously means that there's some tight supply on the palm oil as well as the European rapeseed. Soybeans, it is not showing, as we talked about that article earlier, downward trend. There could be some support to get into some of these ranges up in here, but it needs to break this downward trend that we see here. Canadian dollar looks like it's recovering off of here, so we'll see what the data comes out today on some of the economic indicators coming from Canada, and the likelihood to put on more or reduce more interest rates is likely to happen. Wheat, just a zoomed in look, you can see that we've got a few green days here for your spring wheat, testing some of the moving averages now, so that's a good thing. I'd like to get into this kind of range up here to get across some of those longer term moving averages that would change the momentum of wheat. Because when you look at it on the longer term, there's still, it's not in a very favorable look to it at all. Next year's wheat, still looking at the $7 area to be pricing, and we're a long ways from it right now. Here's you got your Chicago wheat and trading right at short-term moving average, but green on the screen, which is still favorable to talk about. But when you look at it from farther back or with more time, it's still got a long ways to go. Same thing with hard red winter wheat, but not quite at these moving averages as of yet. So need some crossover and get above some of these short-term moving averages to say that there's any real strong momentum change. So you've got a few of the classes actually trading above. Here's your Paris wheat, and it's trading above one of the short-term moving averages, but you need to get above that area up there. Here's your corn, and this is significant value up here that the corn needs to get above, but you can see that there's a short-term trend there. So in a few weeks, our big report that we're actually wondering and if it's going to give us any significant changes to the numbers put out for the supply and demand on canola and wheats and other crops. But the big one would be the canola, and I'm probably, well, I am having some doubts whether that's actually going to change things as crop insurance data is still yet to get all put in by all the provinces. And the report after that would be December 10th. That's all I have for you today.